Don't move. It's okay.
What?
It's over now. Relax.
Ashley? What are you doing here?
Hanging out, like couples do.
We're not...
You don't want me?
Yes, of course, but... What happened?
We fell in love.
Welcome back to SOMA. Last time, we managed to escape Delta and arrived at Theta, and after a very long and arduous hunt for a security cipher to unlock the Dunbat had a consciousness inside of it, and so it didn't end up working anyway, and now we're starting Plan B to get to Omicron, but on the way, we were attacked by a weird creature. We seem to learn that the head of Delta, I think, Terry Akers, ended up consuming structure gel, which is this black goop, and went crazy and started killing all the people of Theta. He's also created a bunch of creatures called proxies in the process that do the same thing, and now we're being hunted by those very creatures. At the very end of last time, we got captured by one that stuffed us into this wall to try and put us in some kind of coma. Thankfully, we woke up from it. I'm not quite sure how, just seems to be dumb luck, but maybe... I don't know, maybe we're a robot? We're clearly not immune to it, though, so we should definitely watch out. Can't seem to interact with her ID badge there, but I'm pretty sure that's Alice Coster, who is Brandon Wan's lover. He probably just repeats a bunch of statements from a previous life. So that little dream sequence there is actually pretty interesting, because it tells us that all of the victims of the proxies who are in some deep sleep are at least dreaming. Which implies that being caught by this thing isn't all bad. It is basically just forcing these humans to stay alive in the same way as the WoW is, like, forcing minds into a bunch of robots, but it's not the worst thing because they're all dreaming. And, like, we were dreaming about Ashley, who was a friend of ours who got killed in a car crash back in the day, back in 2015. That does not sound good. So we were dreaming about, like, the best possible scenario of that time, which obviously didn't actually happen. So everyone around is probably having pleasant dreams, but then again, it hurt my flashlight. I literally warned you all about that last time, and I didn't follow my own advice, so I'm gonna go this way instead. Then again, though, not everyone might be experiencing the same thing. Some people might be in an endless nightmare. In a way, we and a lot of the other robots we've seen are also in an endless nightmare. Just in a different way. Not quite literally in a nightmare. The echoed voice there sounded vaguely like John Strohmeyer. I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the people down here. I should have closed that door. It's fine, I can close this one. Okay, here is where a small mechanic comes into play. I'm pretty sure if you use one of these, it alerts the monster, so I'm gonna use this and then head into the vent right away. And we're gonna climb in. There we go, that gets rid of all the injured stuff on the screen. Sounds like he's heading towards the door. Yep, bye. Not going back in there. They can open doors, even though that one didn't look like it had arms. So I'm not quite sure how. I mean, you could still slap the button. Not quite done yet. There are multiple of these things, after all. There are at least 2 others than Akers himself. I think up in the set of hallways there, we were being followed by Akers himself, and these are the other ones? Not completely sure. It's over here. Just a hiding spot, I guess. Okay. Oh, he's closer than I thought. Okay, where are you going, bud? That way. I shall head the way that he came from. Far enough away. Okay, obvious hiding spot there. Gonna close this door. Assuming he doesn't mind that I close the door on him, which I'm sure he doesn't. Another person trapped there. So our current objective is to find a way out of Theta. And we're trying to go down to where the shuttle trains were. That's where everyone was escaping to see if there's a way out through here, but it's very mazy down here. I'm not surprised that there are this many people who got down here. Oh god. I left that door open. Why did I leave that door open? Let's get inside this vent, please. Bye-bye. They don't seem to be able to hear the doors, which is interesting, because the doors are some of the loudest doors I've ever seen in even in any sci-fi game. And that begs the question, why do so many sci-fi things think that every single door in the future is going to be automatic? Like, is every single door really going to be you press a button and then it automatically opens? That seems very inefficient energy-wise. I'm sorry, I drowned out that echoed voice. Can't quite tell what it's saying. Yep. But yeah, I feel like we wouldn't actually change to all 100% automatic doors. That just seems very power hungry. And like, what if you run out of power? There's a reason why so many sci-fi games involve restoring power as an objective, because without that, the doors can't open. There's another guy right here. I think this one wants you to either sneak around it like normal. Man, you're just a big blob of meat, aren't you? Oh no, yeah, it keeps pacing by the entrance, so you gotta distract it. It's like that one brood in the sewers of Amnesia. Thing will make a lot of noise. That's not what I meant to do. I just jumped. I did not mean to jump at all. Okay, he's chilling. He's still right there. Can you move any further, please? Maybe they don't hear the flashlight. It's strange. How have I been being heard by all the other ones, then? Alright. Gonna throw more in that corner. Or I can do that. That works. He's just gonna stand there, contemplate life. I bumped something in here, and now he hears it. That door's locked. It's got the sign next to it. Just gonna let you know right now, that's where we have to go. Let's go in the only other option we have. Within this room is this high voltage panel. Behind it is a pump. We gotta pump it. Oh, actually, you have to move your mouse in a circle. Yeah. As if you're turning a valve. Once you do that, power is restored. Dude's probably gonna be attracted, though. I hear him. Yep, he's coming. Yep, he's coming. Which way, though? Go that way. This generator is so loud, I can't actually hear where he is. Okay, he's not coming in here. I guess. There he is. He's in the middle of that hallway. Oh, but he's going that way. That's good. Yes, keep doing that. Man, I've gotten such good luck with these proxies. They're going the exact directions that I want them to go. And now this door is unlocked. See, we wouldn't have this problem if these doors were just normal doors with a knob that you twist and pull the door to open. I very much doubt that we'd go 100% automatic doors. Alright, I made that point like 3 times. Anyway, welcome to Half-Life. I was actually joking, we're playing Half-Life. This is chapter whatever number it is, Apprehension. Seriously, this room is so similar to that, to that room. Drop down into the water. No harm done by being down here. After all, we are a walking diving suit. Now, the way through here is strange. There are a lot of ways you can go, but ultimately your goal is to reach that lit up door on the other side, which I can't get a good view of right now, but I think it does involve, yes, crossing this, going up here. I've got a little bit of a fear of heights, but that's okay, perfectly reasonable. I've got a fear of heights. Even in like even if I'm on like the second story of a mall or something, I start to walk slower as I get towards the edge, just as a natural instinct. Anywhere obvious to go from here? Can you climb this? Yes. Are you supposed to be able to, though? That's a question you kind of ask sometimes, because I think this ladder right here, you can actually climb on it, and you'll swing around to the other side, but I don't think you're supposed to go that way. Yes, this is the answer. Got a ladder. Now, I think we can just drop down to the ledge. That's where we gotta go. This game does have fall damage, but it rarely ever comes up. And I think this is the only time it'll ever come up, unless we can land on top of the door like that. Oh, never mind. That was only a little fall damage. No big deal. That's probably the most vertically oriented room in the whole game, so that's the only time you'll ever really see fall damage. No storage permitted. This area must be kept clear at all times, and I'm gonna develop an addiction to these. I should slow down my consumption of their juices. Emergency flush. Direct all personnel to stand clear before releasing the flood lock. Well, good thing it's required for us, or else I would have done a bad thing by just pulling a random lever. Oh. Hey, buddy, you want to join me? Goodbye. We're out of there.
Holy shit, Hart blew up VO2 surplus. She sealed the tunnel.
She really didn't want Acres following us to Omicron.
Ah, shit, she's fucking hurt. Her suit is leaking.
We had to get her to Omicron.
Shit, it's bad, real bad.
Oh, fuck, no!
I guess your death was in vain because I just removed the seal off the tunnel. Sorry. Did I? Well, either way, Acres can't follow us, thankfully. Well, at least we know we're kind of headed the right direction. Let's continue heading this direction. Hey, fish. Fish with the blue blobs that we now know to be the WoW.
Alright. Let's find Omicron.
It's funny how a lot of the aquatic life seems to be thriving down here, when the surface, on the other hand, not so much. Doesn't this part just remind anyone of the Finding Nemo scene with all the mines? Near that ship or whatever. Hello, sir, you good? They all say power failure. Not a huge surprise. There's power failure all over this place. This is one of the helper robots that we read about in Delta, the Topa. Not looking so good. Yeah, this little thing. Little dude standing on its own. Let's check this out. It's got bright white lights after all. That usually means progress. Although it has a bunch of red lights around it, which usually mean danger. But when has our progress ever not resulted in danger? Or use those as the rungs. They got a little creative there. This airlock is different from all the others because it has a puzzle inside of it. We can't just close the door. No, we have to figure some stuff out. Before flushing, make sure to open valves and turn on the pump.
Oh. Better be careful.
Just realized I did neither of those things before flushing. So here's the valves. Open them. That allows us to pull the pressure pump. There we are. Door's closed. Let's try that again. Well, it looks about like what you'd expect. Hi. Who's booming outside? Maybe those giant things are actually mines.
Catherine?
What?
There you are.
Where are we?
We're right next to Omicron, a smaller building connected to the main site. Can't you tell?
No, my view is pretty limited. There's some heavy restrictions on my system access. Did you find a power suit?
Not yet. Trying to figure out how to get into Omicron, the big building.
Oh, okay. Keep up the good work.
That's it? You got nothing?
Good luck.
Thanks.
Got him.
How are you so okay with all this?
With what?
Being a talking box, for one thing. Not being human.
It's not so bad.
So, You're not bothered at all by not having a body?
I'm getting there. You're making me feel really self-conscious.
Come on, be serious.
I never felt that comfortable being human in the first place. This isn't much worse.
Not being able to move would freak me out. Glad you got the box and not me.
Would make it a little easier to help out if I had a body, but you're doing a good job.
Just figured being able to stretch a little would give you some ease.
My physical constraints don't translate to my experience very well. I feel about as human as before, but as if suspended in air. Which is kind of interesting now that I think about it.
Any idea who this is?
Not really. Not that familiar with the people at Omicron.
Kath, why do you think I was made? Why would this AI, the WoW, bring me here?
I don't think you could ever know. I have my own beliefs, but nothing that can be verified.
Tell me, why do you think the WoW brought me here?
The WoW had a range of assignments, but they all sprung from one single idea: preserve humanity. When the comet hit the Earth, killing everything, leaving a fraction of humanity left alive, the WoW started to compensate.
It's restoring humanity.
I think so, but I don't think we share its definition of human. Or life, for that matter.
Catherine, are we alive?
That's an impossible question to answer. We lack meaningful definitions.
Just figured there must be a way to know. To know if this life is worth living.
You assume you've changed so much, but have you really?
I don't know. I don't feel so different. But the world sure does. I never realized how much the idea of myself depended on where I am.
How do you mean?
I miss Toronto. Not because my friends and family are there, but because I know where I fit in. In Toronto, I know who I am.
That's an interesting observation.
Code words for I'm not interested. Please shush. Here's our puzzle. You can probably figure it out from visuals alone. Flip the switches, get to the end, but don't actually use up too much power. Some routes are blocked off, so you'll have to try to find a way around them. It might take a few tries. Okay, that works.
Oh, the terminal just lit up.
Wow, it sure did. Radio buffer, Omicron. January 16th, 2104.
Uber, do we have any painkillers left? This tinnitus is becoming crippling.
Sorry, we only have heavy stuff left. Morphine-level drugs.
I'll take it. Feels like my head is about to explode.
Can do. That's stuff for emergencies. Besides, Cameron thinks the ringing will settle when JR reaches 100%.
Then tell him to hurry the fuck up.
Should be a matter of hours. Just hang in there.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, well, I have this thing I need to take care of, so I'll talk to you later, okay?
Sure thing, Herb.
I must have overloaded his black box.
Humans have black boxes?
Here we do. Company policy. It records your vitals to help medical personnel treat you in case of accidents.
That's how I can hear the dead.
Right. Yeah, you should be able to data mine black boxes, just like the intercom at Theta.
Humans have black boxes? As if I didn't just read the note in Upsilon that told me that humans have black boxes? Omicron. Status quarantined.
There has to be a way to cancel the lockdown. Have a look around the room.
They must have caught a nasty case of Omicron, huh? Okay. I won't bring reality into this too much.
Did you do that, Catherine?
What?
Never mind.
Okay, I'll check that out in a bit. Offline, 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 offline. That's a great sign. System updates. 2090 check. 2098. Update enables black boxes. Fail safe implemented. Standard 4B extension, area calibrator for ACR. I think that might be climber or something. Diagnostic tool for post-impact contingency plan. Something. Stuff needed to make the crane work again, all up to Alan now. Unnecessary security updates for the paranoid lab rats. Dead people don't bite. I have no idea what that's about, but it's a thing. Anyway.
I think I solved it.
Solved what?
Why do I get the feeling that we just got lowered into the back of a van?
What are you talking about? Omicron retracted the quarantine shutters. Lockdown canceled.
Something wants us to come inside.
And we want to go inside. What's the problem? Come on, let's get going.
Why didn't you explain to her the fact that the code just mysteriously appeared on the terminal over there? Whatever. We opened it, we fixed it, and now I'm gonna do this while she isn't looking so she can't judge us. I think the cracks might get more and more intense on the screen. They like covered the whole screen that time. I don't know what happens if you take a lot of those. I don't know if anything happens if you take a lot of those. For the most part, I think it's okay too. So you can climb up here, which is something I actually didn't know for a while. And up here is this. Adam Gillespie is ordered to come to Theta as soon as possible. Urgent. Gask, I tried to figure out what it was about, but then they wouldn't tell me anything. All I know is that they asked you if you were missing or if you were dead. Something must have freaked them out. I think you better do as they tell you. Kirby. I guess that's Gillespie. Gask is like short for Gillespie. Not fully sure what this is about, but this is another kind of acre situation where there's a little more going on that we'll have to learn as we go. But the first step towards learning more is getting out of here. Okay, now this time we have to swipe our Omni tool for some reason. Who's giving me a headache? So, what Simon and Catherine were talking about a little while ago, question of are we alive as robots, I kind of wanted to touch on that a little bit, because it's one of those questions that I don't think could be definitively answered. It's up to the opinion of the individual person. You don't have a helmet on. Wow.
It won't fucking open! And nobody's answering to anything! What kind of cold-hearted motherfuckers would just leave us out here to die?
Don't you get it? They're dead. They're all dead.
Yeah. You're right.
How can you be so calm about this shit? We are dying!
How much air have you guys got?
20 minutes. Tops.
Hey, I'm in red. Seconds away before the CO2 gets me.
Stresky.
Why wait, right? I'm the master of my own fate.
Wait, Stress, what are you doing?
Holy hell. I did not know this was here. I have never seen this before. That's Strasky. Holy, he's such like a cheerful little dispatcher at Theta. Now... Oh my god. Okay. Hey, you're up and Adam. Now I see. Except you're giving me a little bit of a headache, or these things are. I don't know. Being around these things seems to give me headaches as well. But yeah. Question of like, what what counts as being alive is something I don't think it can be definitively answered, because, like, with a human, you can be brain dead, where, like, from what I understand, your brain isn't functional, you don't respond to anything, and although you can recover from it, sometimes it's irreversible, but when you're in that state, you're just kinda... your brain doesn't work, but your heart might. So in that case, are you alive? Your organs might function for the most part. So, are you alive? Just an interesting little thought. Because obviously robots don't have hearts, but we clearly have brains. We can move, we can feel stuff. Our brains work, so are we alive? Even though we're just mechanical parts? With a side of dead body? In our case?
Hey, come on! Open up! What is this shit? Armor for the apocalypse?
Omicron is in quarantine. This is why they didn't answer our call.
Hello!
Christ, Strasky, it's called a radio. They're not gonna hear you better if you scream.
Jonesy, you okay? Look, I know you're the strong silent type, but I need you to say something every now and then so I know you're all right. Jonesy? Jones,
Fuck's sakes. Let's try the annex again. Maybe we can break in.
we're losing Jonesy. We need to get her inside.
Well, get in line!
Alvaro, there's nothing we can do for her right now. Hit the stasis switch and let's check the annex.
Even the few who escaped couldn't make it far. I agree with that little command someone entered in rage back at Delta. Fuck you, Akers. I was realizing that terminal screen was them trying to stop him, and in a last-ditch rage, they just said, fuck you, Akers. Neat detail. Alright, let's go inside. Mech malfunction, use alternate entrance. The sheer number of times that this happens in Alien Isolation is far too many. Fortunately, this is the only real time I can think of it happening in SOMA. With the exception of the Dunbat failing, so you have to take the climber instead. But that's with the plot as a whole, not with, like, a little individual area. Let's leap on down, and... what a nice alternate entrance this is, huh? This is real fun. This is real fun. Good thing is, though, if we happen to fall, we'll be entering the abyss anyway, so what does it matter, right? Yeah, let's move a little quicker. I think that's a sound idea. Grab the ladder. I'm communicating, sorry. That's the song of my people. What a back door. Who built this and why? Could you do any better than that? Wanted to stay under the water for a little longer. I think the sound of you splashing above actually played earlier, assuming you were standing.
Let's find that suit.
Those pops sounded a lot like footsteps. That was very ominous. Welcome to Omicron. Let's find out why this place is quarantined. Looks pretty bad already. I like how at this point Simon's just kind of used to seeing dead bodies. He talked very nonchalantly in that airlock. That's not gonna be much help. I like how the doors have two different noises they can make, and it depends on the door which one gets used. As you open them. Global lockdown active. Override at dive room console. Alright, let's find the dive room. Here's South Hall. Can't go anywhere down here thanks to the lockdown. Oh, that's those things. They're glowing very, very brightly. I was wondering what that light was. No storage permitted, because we gotta make room for our generators here. Robot repair bay dispatch. Dive room. Alright, let's head to the dive room. Here we go. Somewhere in here. Couldn't you put that sign somewhere else, maybe? Put those two on this side, put the other two on that side. There you go. Solved it. It's no longer crappy design. Door opens and closes automatically. I don't know why I bothered reading that. Hydroponics. Okay. What exactly is the WoW doing to them? They're moving now. Okay, bye. Looks kind of like a hospital room of some kind. But over here's the medical base, so maybe not, I don't know. Dive room, dive storage. Wait, was that... Oh yeah, it is dive storage. The sign above the door just says storage. Here's dive room. It's locked. What do you know? Here's storage. Very fulfilling. Actually, don't know if I've checked these. That's because they're locked, so I literally cannot check them, so I have not checked them. Yeah, that is kind of a floating medical bay in a glass chamber. Alright, I guess that's where they do their experiments on people, like Frankenstein? Whoa, that's a lot of... Oh, those are medicines. Cool. Love the details. They really put a lot of thought into the environments. I love exploring them, because... I feel like many players would just rush right past all this stuff. Not that that's a bad thing. You play a game however you want. I'm just saying I like to explore and take everything in. And I don't care if you don't feel the same way. It's a valid way of playing. As long as you're seeing the story, you're playing this game right. Okay, makes sense. Gravity pulls the door down, but also... I just locked myself in this room. There's a dead Omni tool. Oh, hang on, can I get better lighting for this picture? That's even worse lighting. Okay, so that's Catherine and the others. Same people from the crew photo from before, except this time, they're in much bigger suits. Same thing as last time. And then this. Power suits tested and ready. Jasper confirms. Omicron scans are in the Ark. Catherine confirms. Loaded equipment and extra rations. Ivashkin confirms. Climber calibrated for weight. Alan confirms. Crane operator ready. Alan confirms. We heard the name Alan back in Delta, talking to the Zeppelin. He was the Zeppelin or something. Because when you echo, the Zeppelin sends a message back. And it instead sent him. Omicron standing by for pickup in 2 days, Eames confirms. Who's whispering? I'd like you to stop that.
Is this Omicron? Everything is so basic, so limited. I hope it's not the Omnitool falling apart. Okay, we need to find you a power suit. You know, so we can go into the abyss without ending up like a recycled can of soda.
You think we'll find one that fits me? I mean, I'm kind of in a suit already.
That's been bothering me too. You know how you were transferred from Vancouver?
Toronto.
From then to now.
How could I forget?
Okay, so we do it again.
You want to send me to the future?
No, you idiot. I want to transfer your mind into a new body.
What?
Look, we already know it can be done. We don't need to make it a big deal.
It is a big deal, Kath. It's a huge fucking deal. There's got to be something else that can take us down there.
The Dunbat at Theta was the only vessel that could take that pressure, and you saw what happened.
Then think of something else.
Simon, please. You don't have to switch this instant. Just play along for now. If we find something else, then great. If not...
I'm not promising anything.
Thank you, Simon. Have a look around the room. This is where they would keep the power suits, if there are any left.
Never noticed that, like, the bottom of her neck is all pixelated. The neck on her portrait. That's not actually her neck, of course. Use the Omni tool. Activate terminal. Actually, I think we can open these doors first, can't we? Yes. Well, there's not one. I'm guessing by the signs that are up here that there's one in here. And yes, there is.
What are you waiting for? Find a power suit and let's get on with this.
Did you not see me open this door to the power suit?
Nice. I found one of the power suits. There's a dead woman inside. At least I think it's a woman. Just like the body we found in the annex. She's missing her head.
Gross. This could work in our favor, though. Look for a terminal nearby, see if you can boot it up.
I wonder what the terminal nearby would be. Hello. My god, that took you a long time. Amatsu power suit. HPS trafficking, HPS evacuation. HPS information. High pressure power suit guaranteed to withstand temperatures spanning from 50 degrees Celsius to negative 75 Celsius, while keeping a steady 40 Celsius default on the inside. Isn't that, like, very hot? Kinda hot. I'm American, so I use Fahrenheit instead. Isn't that, like, 80 degrees equivalent, 90? I don't know. The suit will automatically shield the wearer from pressure and maintain the normal 1 atmosphere up to a depth of 5,000 meters. The onboard controller monitors the wearer's physical state and is able to minimize risk of shock, hyperventilation, and even dehydration. You just give me water directly? Usage. The suit is easily assembled through rotating neck and wrist rings that locks the gloves and the helmet in place. Note that the joints won't seal unless the controller is able to identify a wearer through the set of sensory systems. Suits may be locked to a specific personnel, but as a default, the suit will accept anyone. HPS controller. The controller is the onboard computer monitoring pulse, brain activity, body temperature, and stress through skin conductance. It uses this information to provide the wearer with the safest experience. Isn't that just a mini WoW? Anyway. It's a mini WoW without all the, you know, structure gel bleeding and reactivating people and whatever. HPS tracking. There. So there are some power suits in the abyss. Activation. Pod D is what we want.
Not exactly grade A material.
Don't write it off just yet. Remember what we found out at Theta. The suit you are wearing is basically just a Cortex chip working a few pints of structure gel, powered by the on-suit battery pack.
And a dead colleague, Imogen Reed.
Exactly. If you think about it, we're actually incredibly lucky. We found a suit with an already dead body inside.
I guess you're right. What about the WoW? What makes you think it'll play along?
It's not magic, it's algorithms. A set pattern. The WoW won't be able to deny us, even if it was capable of wanting to.
I'm still not crazy about this plan. It feels wrong.
Please, Simon, I can't give up on the Ark. I need this to work.
So we need a Cortex chip, structure gel, and a battery pack. That's one hell of a shopping list.
Thanks. I'll just hang around here if that's okay.
I'll be back.
As long as you can unlock this door, I'll be back. Okay, I didn't even click at all. Just open immediately. So, earlier, Catherine compared the WoW to cancer, and that is a very good...
Don't forget, we need a Cortex chip, structure gel, and a power pack to get the suit ready.
Yes. I just said those words out loud exactly earlier. And that's a very good comparison, because the WoW is not like... The WoW doesn't have a vendetta against anyone at all. It's just doing what it's told. And even if it, like, breaks and does something it's not really supposed to, it's just gonna keep doing it. Because that's how cancer works. Your cells start splitting up and multiplying too much, and then... But they just keep going, because that's just what they do. It doesn't hate you. It just is doing what it's told. What is the point of this dead end? I don't know, but it's got 2 speakers in it. So I guess it's a music corner or something. Okay. Our little puzzle here is to go to this terminal, like, override lockdown, and actually change level, but we're on the middle floor, and the override buttons don't work on any other floor. Oh, never mind. Once we try to remove the lockdown, we get this puzzle. I don't really know how to explain this puzzle, so I'm just gonna do it here. Gotta make a linear path through all of these blocks without going back on yourself, because that's not possible. And once you do that, it's gone! We can now access the clean room and the laboratory. I think the clean room is where I want to go first. High security area. Entry okay with clearance by Chief Factor. No foreign contaminants beyond this point. You hear that, Wally? None of that. Could the WoW steal a scan through that? No, probably not. Those aren't saving your brain onto something. They're just checking you out for any foreign contaminants. Oh. Hey, bud. Alright. Clean room. Doors are locked. I'm probably not supposed to see that. Makes sense. Oh, you know what this is? It's this. This is a little experiment. 2 seconds after dropping the gel in there, it starts to spread and transforms into all that stuff after about 24 hours. And now it's a blob of blobs. Systemic shock death, something at theta, structure gel test formula, split circuit board, micro battery less than ideal, circuit mimic, check previous results. Connectivity. Lisa Cameron. The structure gel has been charged and actually keeps going for a while, even when removed from a power source. If applied to circuits, it seems to help out with connectivity. Function. Lisa Cameron. It seems like it's not only connectivity, but even functionality. The gel can make simple machinery work and act more efficiently. However, the modifications that the WoW has made to the gel are full of extra information that doesn't necessarily make sense. When applied to something more complicated, it causes the gel to act as a cancer upon the host, eventually ruining it. We could use the gel to our advantage, but it needs to be uncalibrated to get rid of the bad code. Pathology, I think. Jacob Halperin. Sounds like Jim Halperin, like the guy behind the freaking inflated prices on video games. Anyway. Applied gel to dead mouse. The gel caused the mouse to appear alive. It was put into the same habitat as the living mouse. The reanimated mouse was apathetic while the living one seemed stressed. After 15 minutes, the reanimated mouse attacked and killed the living mouse. Half an hour later, the reanimated mouse stopped moving. The corpse was solid as the gel had hardened within it. Progress. Jacob Halperin. Reanimated another mouse with structure gel. This time it was done with uncalibrated gel as produced by Eames. The results were impressive. The thing appears catatonic, but more of a sleepwalker. It's more of a sleepwalker. To avoid the thing hardening as before, electromagnets are used to create a low electrical current within the animal. This has also provided us the ability to somewhat control it. Chemical analysis, Paula Lansky. The structure gel remains unchanged on a fundamental level. It's still the same cross-linked gel with aligned graphene in a polyunsaturated matrix that was installed throughout Pathos 2 a few years ago. The problem is not the gel, but its controller, the WoW. The gel has not taken on any new properties. The WoW simply uses it in ways that we would never have even dreamed of. Electromagnets. Electromagnetism was what that one, thing that you couldn't look at back in episode 2 attacked you with, pretty much. Study results. Claudia Eames. There's Eames. Heard so much about you. Overwhelming evidence concludes that all deformed creatures, the fish, the sharks, and even the helpers were manipulated by the WoW via structure gel. They have in some manner been exposed to charged gel and in turn stricken by cancerous growths that affect their whole being. It's difficult to ask why when talking about an AI, but it all started shortly after the comet killed the surface. Can't for sure say if it's bad code or carefully programmed mercy killing, but it looks like it's not going to make things easier for us to survive. Well, there's the gel. Structure gel as connector and interference between energy palette S3 and organic tissue. Number of interactions. Never seen something of that speed. Anything on the back? No. Alright, let's check this out. Temp minus 20. Gel uncalibrated. Alright. I can format the chip if you want. Go into here. Well then. And the light on the chip came on. Let's take it to cell 3. The one with the rat. Drops the gel and then zaps it. And now, it's moving.
It came back to life. Or something like it.
Well, with the knowledge that this structure gel can just magically repower things, why don't we try it out on this chip? Lock it. Just to be safe. We don't know if the gel could somehow infect us or something. Let's try it. Works like a charm. And now we got a jar of this stuff to try out for ourselves. Very cool. I like how this scanner apparently doesn't consider a dead body to be foreign contaminant. Probably because, you know, it's a human. It wouldn't be foreign. And it probably wouldn't be a contaminant either, especially if it was concealed inside this diving suit. But none of the other weird bulbs growing on us, structure gel things growing on us are considered foreign contaminants. Well, this is the structure gel lab, so yeah. Laboratory. Cold storage. And a buggy screen, but there's no robot plugged in nearby or robot or person or thing nearby to fix these. They're just glitchy forever.
It's not something you really want to get comfortable with.
That's funny. That's really funny, Julia.
What's going on?
Am I that transparent?
What do you want, Riley?
We're friends, right?
Yes.
Do you think Alpha is real?
What makes you... Why would you ask that?
I think Ross is trying to tell me something.
About Side Alpha?
He wants me to go down to the abyss and find it. Crazy, right? You've been down there. I just thought you could talk some sense into me.
Riley, I'm not at liberty to... I can't talk about that.
That was Julia Dahl and Raleigh Herber talking. Who is actually the dead body inside the power suit in the other room? I noticed these tapes next to it. Can I? I don't think so. I don't think I can play any of these other tapes. And no, you know, I can't. That's a shame. That would be a cool little mechanic or secret. What are they doing in here? Oh. Some experiments with rats. What else? How did they get the rats down here? Is there some kind of rat storage somewhere in Pathos 2? Pathos 2? Bunsen burner. I recognize this lab equipment. I went to school. This is a Erlenmeyer flask, I want to say? That's the right name, right? It's a flask of some kind, and this is a beaker? You measure stuff in it or something. This is a syringe. You stab yourself in the eye with it. That's a thermometer. You stick it into stuff. See, I know everything about science. So I'm something of a scientist myself. It's unclear exactly what the WoW does to the fish, but all we know is the structure gel, or what the gel does to the fish. All we know is the structure gel has kind of gotten to the fish, and it makes me wonder if the aquatic animals didn't survive and it's the WoW reanimating them, but I don't know. It's very mysterious. The WoW is kind of mysterious in a lot of ways. Not everything about it gets answered. Is that Atlantic sea nettle? Is that the real name of jellyfish? Have we been calling them the wrong name for centuries? Atlantic cod. Assuming we've been calling jellyfish for centuries. Not sure we have. So here's a pretty easily missable computer. Blends in with the environment, so let's read. Ruffy, Jacob Halperin. An unusually sedated orange Ruffy found hovering outside Omicron's substation. It had a remarkable bone growth that seemed to interfere with its perception. Brought it inside to study it, but it stiffened and died in the process. During post-mortem study, the thing kicked back to life while being out of the water. Kept swinging for a few minutes, so I returned it to an aquarium. It instantly started banging into the glass and bludgeoned itself to death before I could relocate it. Is Ruffy like the name of a fish thing? And I'm mispronouncing it completely? Shelly, there's no way I can mispronounce that. Dead on arrival, Claudia Eames. Darby and Waldeck identified it as what was sabotaging the Lumar probe at about 900 meters depth. It's a 150 centimeter long rudderfish that looks like it has merged with some other kind of fish or shark. It's the freakiest form of mutation we've seen so far. It's clear that it's getting worse. Something is causing this, and I'm not buying the radioactive fallout nonsense that Orivari can't shut up about. Johann Ross. Dead on arrival. Claudia Eames. The dead man found on the climber this morning has been identified as Johann Ross, the AI psychologist working at Tau. I can't even begin to imagine what has happened down in the abyss, and frankly, I won't risk losing my staff by going down there to look. The ARC team is alive, which I highly doubt. They'll have to find a way to give us a sign. We're not going down there again without good reason. There's some thoughts that the ARC team isn't alive. Would be a damn shame. Now we can finally visit hydroponics. I wonder what this is about. Looks like plant matter? Underwater plant matter, that is. Got some more flask. Got a beaker on a Bunsen burner. And a webcam. You know, that scientific tool. Webcam, keyboard and mouse. This is definitely a very... oh, look, future mouse. How would you use this? Is it like an Apple mouse where you click down the whole thing and then that thing's just a little scroll wheel? It's a weird scroll wheel. I think our scroll wheels right now are just fine. Except you can't scroll them left or right, so it makes sense that we would probably advance. Got another tape.
Hey, Andrea?
Yeah?
I was talking to Cameron about protein solubilization. Do you think we could break the aggregate and structure gel without flattening the configuration?
Jesus. That was a mouthful. You've been listening to Cameron, that's for sure. What do you want, Raleigh?
Can you blame me for trying to figure this out? I've been having the dreams too, you know. I don't know what to believe.
Oh, I know. Everything from the sudden signal amplification in black boxes to having a comatose Dr. Ross locked up in the glass jar. We've all been going a bit nuts.
Tell me about it. Feels like my head's about to explode. Hypothetically speaking, could we stop the WoW from mutating?
It doesn't work like that.
Even if there was a Site Alpha?
Hypothetically speaking, I guess we could try. Raleigh, are you recording this?
Sorry. I just... Sorry.
Come on, Raleigh. We were getting so close to finding out information, and you had to reveal that you were recording. Alright, that's it for this. Not it for this hallway, though. Oh. South stairwell. So that stairwell goes back down to the first floor. We're gonna take this one. Up to South Hall, floor 2. Ah, they've got a ground floor, floor 1, floor 2 thing going on. Always thought that was kind of weird. Medical Research Facilities, Advanced Mariculture, home of the ACR Abyss Climber Rig. Yes, Abyss Climber Rig, that's what it's called. Biological Hazard, the other two are fine though. Enjoy your stay! Man, I missed a really good little background track just now. Feels like my head's about to explode, eh, Herber? Their black boxes don't work. No reason to check the last one. Here's the airlock. It's unclear exactly what caused the quarantine, but somehow I feel like everyone's head being taken off is a part of that. Some automated system detected a severe lack of people and thus shut down the whole place. This floor is also locked down until we change to the upper floor and hit override. Just like that. Works like a dream. Dining hall main entrance. Head over here. I'm starting to notice a little bit of a pattern. Can I break this? No, you can't pick them up at all. Can I jump on them? Nope. Why don't games let you interact with things? This is terrible. I like this fridge, though. Check this out. That's a nice fridge. Something that wouldn't be too out of place today. And a pretty cool thing is these windows here. You don't really see windows like this too often throughout Pathos 2. The only other place I could think of right now is Upsilon. Well, your black box has got nothing. How about your computer? Excuse me, while as I get over here, reach over your shoulder to see this. Undelivered report 1, 2, and 3.
Johan Ross was found dead on the climber this morning. The ARC team went down a couple of days ago, but I see no reason to suspect them playing a part in his death. The climber can't be operated from the abyss, so there was a scheduled retrieval. The climber returned with only the lifeless body of Alpha member Johan Ross. No traces of the ARC team. Cameron, Eames, Lansky, all studying the body inside containment. I'll follow up with whatever they find. Delenda Est. The WoW has been getting more aggressive, pushing all systems to their limits. Ironically, the dead Dr. Johan Ross would be the perfect person to ask why the WoW is making such a big buzz about his passing. After all, the WoW isn't supposed to want anything, and definitely not to mourn people. The system overload affects the staff considerably. Headaches, loss of sleep, unwarranted stress. And it seems to be getting worse. I could use some advice if you can get through. Delenda Est.
So Delenda Est apparently means Carthage must be destroyed. And one of the main companies you see on the boxes throughout this game is Carthage Industries, which is also the company that created the WoW, as we saw back in Mark Sarang's room. Or at least had something to do with the WoW.
Things are out of hand. The staff looks like they're about to explode. Every other person walks around with nosebleeds, and the rest keep wiping stains of blood from their eyes to keep them from overflowing. It's to do with the WoW trying to free Ross somehow, for sure. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the body just got up and left. Rally Herber, our dispatcher, has been snooping around asking questions she shouldn't. She says she's going down into the abyss to find Alpha. I can't bring myself to stop her.
Well, we seem to have heard the moment that everyone's head exploded. Not sure how the recording was able to be stopped afterwards, and why there wasn't like 20 minutes of complete silence at least. Okay. Oh! You can back out of that. Tau evacuation. I've never seen this before. On September 13th, Vic Auclair ordered the staff at Tau to evacuate and move up to the plateau. Together with engineer Alan Waldeck, I descended into the abyss to assist the evacuation. Following protocol, we had waited at the climber platform for 140 minutes and made several attempts to contact Tau. I decided to move towards the site, thinking I might intercept them. That's when I noticed the guiding lights flickering and soon the whole path shut down, Omega Sector swallowed by darkness. I pushed on with my floodlight until I heard screaming over the short-range radio. It carried on, breaking in and out of range. As I hurried closer to investigate, I came upon the lacerated body of field worker Espinosa. Something big had almost cut her in two. Consider the importance of saving Tau, and more specifically Ross, as I heard Espinosa's colleagues getting massacred over the radio. Seeing no way to possibly improve the situation, I hurried back to the climber and left the people at Tau to their fate. Well. Tau Carth notes. With some luck, Ross made it back to Tau and is able to continue his work at Alpha. To avoid further disturbances, I've decided to report the evacuation as a complete failure, hoping it will stop Theta from attempting another one. Claudia Eames, the manager of Omicron, has already ordered the climber to stay at the plateau for now. My report on the savage wildlife scared everyone enough to even stop Waldeck and Darby from maintaining the Lumar probes. It's a good thing Golaski is off-site, because I have a feeling he would not have approved. The restrictions came out slightly more severe than I had anticipated, but I'll take it. As long as Ross is left alone to work with the WoW. Carthage. Julia Dahl, Johan Ross, Mark Sarang. Those are all the people working with them, I'm guessing. Images. Is that Catherine's lab? From Theta? Yeah, that's the ship slots. Power suit. Something we don't know. Another little unfamiliar hallway. And you. No name or anything. Okay. I discovered something new. I feel like I discover something new about this game every time I play it. There's so many hidden details. It's awesome. That's the dining hall done. Now let's head to the other option. Power room. Oh! This is a domed ceiling that you could see outside. Again, new detail, I just noticed. It's possible I'm skipping a lot of things, because... And I would have if I didn't, like, explore as thoroughly as I have been. Warning, maintenance tunnel. I've heard that name before, and that does not sound like a good place. Let's not go there. Do not operate machinery without safeguards. Power pack storage. Energy Pal High Performance Power Pack. That sounds like something we want. Rechargeable lithium sulfur packs. Standard 8 S3 connection. Haimatsu's Energy Pal for machine tools, exo rigs, and power suits. When depleted, recharge the pack and Haimatsu Charge N5 or other S3 compatible charger. Well, this one's gone. Maybe there's another one nearby? Yes, there is. But it's right next to whatever that is. A lot of noisemakers. Sorry, I can't go away. I need that. Mind if I do this? You just gotta wait for it to stop being angry at you. And you can creep a little closer. And grab what you need. Make too much noise around it, and it'll get mad and start chasing you. You don't want that. Surprised you didn't react to that. It is not happy. As I'm sure you can tell. Those noises are the embodiment of unhappy. Nope, no we're not. I was about to say, I think we're a safe distance away. No we're not. Okay, now we are. Now we can move freely. And we're gone. We're out of there. It'll hopefully stay put right there. Hey, bud. So throughout this whole section, the WoW is clearly starting to try more stuff on people. And its goal is to preserve humanity. So it's trying that in a lot of extreme ways. And that could explain why it's uploading scans of people into robots. It wants to keep humanity alive as much as it can. But is that exactly a good thing? It's gone. I didn't notice that before. Alright, let's head downstairs, because there was a thing we needed on the floor above, there was a thing we needed on this floor, so naturally, the last thing we need is going to be down here. I could see how, from a gameplay standpoint, someone would be really annoyed with that monster up there, because it's literally just, the answer is to move really slowly past it. But for a concept, I think it's just awesome and very creepy. And so I can't hate it that much. Alright. Let's remove the lockdown down here. South Hall, what do we got down here? Robot repair bay, anything else? Dispatch. Alright. Those sure are some bars. What are those bars? Who knows? But for good measure, we got bars that go up instead of to the right. Another WoW thing in here, and similarly, there are a lot of other WoW things. It's sick. Alpha needs medicine. The heart of Alpha. Find Tau, find Alpha, take the gel to Alpha. Okay, let's read these logs. We'll read them in chronological order, starting with outgoing Phi.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
Outgoing Tau.
Please respond. This is Rowley Herber calling from Omicron. Please respond, Tau.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, actually, this one was first. Whoops. Incoming ACR.
Omicron, can you hear us?
Loud and clear. Everyone all right?
We will be as soon as we make friends with the power suits.
I'm sure you'll get used to it.
Just wanted to check in before we pass the last working Lumar probe. Guys, any last words to Omicron? Don't forget to pick us up. You heard that, right?
Don't worry, we won't forget.
Alright. Heading into radio silence.
Good luck, guys.
That sounded like the ARC team. He was trying to call someone at Tower 5. Maybe the ARC team? Then there's this. January 16th, 2104, the day after Acres Day. Outgoing to Theta.
Strasky, are you there?
I hear you, Herbie. What's up?
Just wanted to check in. I have to go do something. I might not be around for a few days, okay?
Rowley Herber leaving the listening post? Must be important.
It is, Strask. It is.
Okay then. Stay safe.
Right. Someone really wanted Rowley Herbert to go freaking do something. Take the gel to the abyss. Oh no. And we have gel and we want to go to the abyss. Kind of a coincidence. Robot repair bay. Are the robots being repaired in here? Put on your hard hat, let's get to work. So this is kind of interesting. Cortex chip. This is exactly what we need. We need to power on all these three, and I think we can either do this. Turn on its comms. Yep, that's working well. It's communicating. You hear how much it's communicating to me right now? Yeah, it seems to be working fine enough. Now, can I have its chip? I think I should actually have this one go forwards. Redirect down. Have this one redirect down second, have this one redirect down right here. There we go. Get all three of them down there, and we get ourselves a Cortex chip. Cortex assembly removed. No signal to host. Got all the other universal helpers around in case we need to be reminded about them. I don't know if you ever see this anywhere else in the game. The A95 worker there. If you ever see them anywhere else. Might only be there. Second entrance. Back to the dive room. Not sure why this broke open, but there's nothing in there. Don't see much of a point. Okay. Good thing this door's over here. Makes sense. Man, Akers didn't care at all about the doors. Why do you care about the doors? You're right there, my goal's right over here. Another window! Somehow I missed that. Dive preparation. Okay, we're safe. Or not. Or we're not safe.
Lock the door!
It's locked! What's going on?
I managed to piss off another one of WoW's monsters.
We have everything we need, right?
Yeah. Let's get to work.
Get to work indeed. Gonna shut these. Never noticed that. Looks like the jar of structure gel we picked up. It's a different, must be a different jar.
This is crazy.
Don't worry, it'll work. Make sure it's all bunched together with the structure gel connecting all the parts. Alright, try activating the suit from the terminal again.
I can't believe we're doing this.
It will be fine.
Then why don't we put you in the suit?
I was gonna suggest that if you refused.
You'd go without me.
I need to do this, Simon. This is important. I need to launch the Ark.
You'd really do it? Change body?
Yes. If you want to stay here, I'm not gonna stand in your way. I don't want to tell you what to do.
What would it be like before? Close my eyes and then...
And then open them again.
Alright, let's do it.
Thank you, Simon. Go sit in the pilot seat in the next room. You might need to boot it up. We need to loop back the activity manifested by your current Cortex chip, run it through the amplifier, feed it into the new chip, and then make sure it's synced.
You lost me halfway there.
You don't really need to understand it, just make them line up.
Let's see. Try to match the amplitude. That's a good match. Frequency needs to be a little longer, and then offset. There we go. Lock parameters.
That's everything. You can climb into the pilot seat now.
Already?
I have everything under control, so please, have a seat. Sorry about any discomfort. This should be over soon.
It's like having your picture taken.
But with the most expensive camera in the world.
You know, Indians thought photos would steal their souls.
In this case, they'd be right.
There must be something wrong. Can't you run a diagnosis or something?
What was that?
No idea, just...
Why was it still talking?
It's the same like before.
Catherine, why was he still talking?
That's how it works, you know that.
What do you mean?
You know it's not magic. You were copied. The sleeping Simon in the seat was copied, and now you are here, just like Simon lived on in Toronto.
God damn you, Kath. 2 Simons? There can't be 2 Simons.
What did you think would happen?
That you were gonna take my mind and put it into another body, like a brain transplant.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't work that way.
You realize how messed up this is?
Please, I didn't mean to upset.
How did you expect me to react to this shit?
Please stop.
You're fucking disgusting. What's gonna happen to him?
He'll sleep for a while, a few days.
And then what? Wake up in this fucking nightmare again? All alone? So cruel.
Well, what do you want me to do with him? Make friends? Let him know that we have to leave him behind when we go into the abyss?
What if he didn't need to wake up?
You'd do that?
I don't know. Maybe.
There. I set it up for you. Hit the switch if you want to drain his battery. He'll die within a minute. I'd rather not stay plugged in any longer.
If only he had paid a little more attention in Theta, he may have seen this coming. That right there is the Simon we have been playing as throughout the entirety of Pathos 2 so far. We may have changed perspectives to this, to the power suit Simon, but the Simon that's actually gone on the long haul from Upsilon all the way here, survived all those monsters and all those dangers, unfortunately has to be left behind. He can't go down to the abyss. Supposedly, shortly after we woke up in the suit, Catherine put this Simon to sleep. And now we got an option to kill him. If the game didn't change perspectives, then the credits will be rolling right now. It's either that, or we just get back control and wander around Omicron and can't progress any further. And that's just the reality of this guy. I personally think it would be better if we didn't leave him to wander the halls forever. Just like every other robot and creature we've seen. So let's do it. The strengths of this being the video game is that whole perspective switching. In real life, your perspective wouldn't change. You continue on as the same mind. It's like the people back in Theta were talking about with the continuity. Like, even when you get scanned, nothing happens to you. You're the same. A copy of you is created elsewhere, but you aren't that copy. You're the original one. This game kinda hides that by switching perspectives. By switching perspective from the real Simon in 2015 into Pathos 2, we just feel like we were kinda teleported there, but in reality, real Simon got his brain scanned and continued on with the rest of his life. The game is just showing us the perspective of the copy that was eventually made from him. It's something that other media probably couldn't do as well. Especially because to us, to our perspective as the player, it's been just this constant, long journey. You know, we sat down in the brain scan, we moved to Pathos 2, and we sat down in this chair, in the other brain scan, I guess, and immediately moved to this suit. So everything that's happened before is all within our memories. It feels like it all happened to us, because it kinda did. I can't exactly word this in any more of an intelligent way without having a script set up, so for now, I'm gonna stop talking before I start rambling on about other useless crap. Keep going.
we done here?
Yeah,
Activate the climber, please.
sure thing.
Take a scan, we'll be off.
Have we figured out what happens when we die yet? Is that even possible? If there's some kind of afterlife, do you think my place is taken? The real me died like 100 years ago. Is there still room for me? And what about the Simon I killed at Omicron? What do you think, Catherine? Is there a heaven full of redundant copies of the same people? Is there someone up there who called me an imposter? It's dumb luck, right? That I woke up in the right body. I basically flipped a coin, and if I had called the wrong side, I'd be rotting away at Omicron. I mean, there's nowhere to know, right? You didn't hit the make sure Simon wakes up in the right body switch, did you? Not that you would know. I mean, he would still claim to be the right Simon. Christ. This is awful. We did an awful fucking thing. And you wouldn't mind? Why would you? How could you know that it's not me, the me that I am, the same that I've always been? Please say something. I don't want to think. Please.
I don't know what to say. I don't want to upset you.
Say anything.
When I was little, I used to climb the stairs all the way to the top of the building. And I can still feel how I did it, tuck my arm so I could push the heavy steel door open. Well, the first time that I dared go up there, I stepped out onto the roof and watched the smog rise and fall over Taipei. I got all the way up to the corner ledge and, I felt the warm wind in my hair and the sun was setting and the streets below were shadowed by the tall buildings. The people pushing through the crowd flowed like paint from an artist's brush. Street food vendors filled the air with aromas of all my favorite foods. For a brief moment, I felt connected to the world in a way that I never had before. It was the most profound feeling of comfort and sense of belonging I could ever hope for. I really never felt the same way again, but I went up to the roof many times after. I'm not religious, but I can see why people would be. The privilege of being makes a strong case, at least every once in a while.
Do you still feel that sense of awe? Even like this?
Things are different, but we're still here.
What's the point of going on? Everyone's gone. All the people still left are digital copies trapped in computers at the bottom of the sea. We'll never be able to rebuild or reclaim what we were.
Are you really so unhappy being what you are, or is this about the man who went for a scan 100 years ago?
Both, I guess. When I was back in Toronto, even the worst case, the darkest futures I could predict, they at least included my previous life somehow. I feel so uprooted. There's nothing here that I recognize, nothing that makes me feel like I belong. Even if we make it to the Ark, would it be any different? I'd still be alone. No friends. No family.
You could make new friends. I'm sure everyone would like to know the time traveler. If not, you still have...
Catherine? Kath? Hello, Catherine. What happened?
Vehicle in a horror game. The fact it didn't happen sooner is surprising. Hey guys, don't mind me. Just gotta press this thing down.
Me, I know know it's not much, but why have we stopped moving?
The power blacked out for a moment. Think it could be the atmospheric pressure. It's pushing pretty hard, really testing the limits of my suit.
Don't worry, it should hold.
Comforting.
It will hold.
Does time freeze when you're not powered?
Time feels omitted more than movement.
What's the difference?
I don't feel like I'm being held back or hindered. And I don't have the opportunity to reflect on the time I'm missing. It's simply missing.
Sounds like sleeping without the dreaming.
Yes. But generally you anticipate when you're about to sleep, and there's a natural continuation since we tend to wake up where we went to sleep. My experience is more like an ever-changing moment that never really seems to find closure.
Sounds kind of like a movie being edited live.
I suppose so. I guess it sounds exciting, but it really keeps me activated to the point of exhaustion.
It's rough.
Could be worse. Could be a time traveler stuck in a body made from black goo.
That'll be the worst.